DJ Khaled.
Not how DJ Khaled.
Oh, is that how it goes? Yeah. Okay, welcome to the Gen Z podcast. This is Kurtis Fox.
Hello.
We've been family friends for so long.
Centuries, if you will.
Centuries. And I knew I had to have him on Dixon Diet Cokes because this man actually has a Diet Coke tattoo.
That is correct.
So you know he's a real one.
That's damn right. Do I drink it? Not particularly.
You're not going to drink it? Cheers, baby.
I drink it, yeah.
Okay, I'm really sorry.
Do I drink it on the fly? No.
Like, what does that mean?
Because if it does not come in a slushy flavor, then it's not for me.
Oh.
Speaking of slushies, they have a new Fruit Loop slushie.
Where?
So you got to find it.
Well, where do you find it?
Guide it with your heart.
Guide it with your
I think
heart?
it was like a Dynaco. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
You just got to find Simcoe.
So anyways, yeah, I knew I had to.
Hey.
Hey. But I feel bad. This is garbage trash, like actual garbage trash. There is a Diet Coke hierarchy. I've talked about it before. This is the lowest on the totem pole.
However, if you're going to call it garbage trash, it's a 100% recycled bottle. So recyclable.
Okay. Well, welcome to Dixon Diet Coke.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, you're so fun. So Kurtis lived in New York and had quite the dating experience in New York. And so I wanted to have him on because it's just funny.
Period.
Period. But here's the thing. This is the thing that we've discovered. We're actually fun. We're the fun ones.
Yeah. I'm sorry I have joy and wonder in my heart.
Childlike wonder.
Novel. Yes.
Like a romance novel. Yeah. So we're like, what I've begun to realize is like, the date was fun because I'm freaking fun.
Damn
Friendships
right.
are fun because I'm freaking fun.
Yeah.
So
It's because I'm the life of the party.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
So when I have fun on a date, I'm like, wait, Jen, did you actually have fun? Or like, are you the fun? And that's how you are.
No, mine is more, I guess I'm just going to naturally bring a sense of fun. That's like not a question. It's about curating my experience. Because if I'm going to go on a date with you, I'm going to have a good fucking time.
Right, exactly.
That's my thing. So it's not, I bring the fun because I'm going to make sure we're doing what I want to do.
So that brings me to what I wanted to start with is I love your take on dating because you were like, I create dates of things that I want to do. So no matter what, if I get ghosted, canceled, whatever, I'm still going and I'm looking forward to it and I'm doing something fun.
Absolutely.
So you're all about curating dates.
Yeah. No, even when I was in Vegas, because in New York, you have so many things to do.
Yeah.
For sure. But I would go on dates by myself because one time Tomb Raider came out and I said, you know what? I'm going to get dinner by myself. I'm going to go rock climbing by myself. And then I'm going to be Tomb Raider. And then I watched the movie by myself.
But you know what? But that's dating yourself. And that leads me to another thing, which is I think you have to treat yourself like you want to be treated.
Exactly.
You have to be the partner that you want to attract.
That's right. And
so I love that you like took yourself on an entire date. That's not just like taking myself to like Chipotle. That's like curating a beautiful date. That's exactly like a three thing event.
And that's how I went on all my dates because I was even by myself. I'm like, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun. But so when I was in New York, I had different things I could do, and so I would mix and match, and I would do things like one of the dates because I love arts and I love culture.
Yes.
And you're in New York, I'm like, I might as well use this instead of just going to a movie or just to dinner.
Right.
So one, I was vegan, so I had a very limited selection of.
And you said that nobody was bothered by that.
Nobody was bothered by that in New York because gay New Yorkers are usually vegan. Let me tell you.
Gay New Yorkers are vegan?
Yeah. It's more likely than you think.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
That's why no one will go to the rodeo with me. No.
Actually, that's so real.
Right?
Yeah.
No, so one of my favorite date combo was dinner at a vegan restaurant and to go into one of the art museums or a zoo. So my first big date, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna hit it out of the park." The guy was so responsive. He was also from Staten Island, so not a total winner. But I said, "We're gonna go to the Frick," which was way too advanced. Way too advanced. It's a very obscure art museum.
Okay, it's an art museum in New York. Okay.
Yeah, and I just was geeking out. I was like, "This art is from the real medieval times. That's real gold." He's like, "Cool." And I was like, okay, yeah. So I was just geeking out. He wanted to leave so bad. So then I thought, what a good cue. Let's continue this. Let's go to the Central Park Zoo.
Yeah.
Was also not
Did you do that on the fly, though? Did you do that on the fly?
It was kind of on the fly. When I'm by Central Park, we're going to the goddamn Central Park Zoo.
Okay.
Every person that knows me has gone there. So
okay,
that's a given.
Right.
There's piranhas. But the point is, We then went to the Central Park Zoo. He could care less about the penguins,
Damn.
which is really an indicator. It really tells me. Because let me
the penguins, that's
the penguins, the rest in peace, no more polar bear at the Central Park Zoo. If people aren't touched, then they're not for me.
No, that's actually a great way to weed them out.
Oh, absolutely. I said, is that eagle being abused by in that cage? And then their answer tells me it all.
Wow, so you're almost like testing them.
It's a test in a way.
Okay,
especially pop quiz about the art. That's for sure.
Okay, I actually really quick. I have a short story about the medieval that you brought about the medieval.
Please.
I just went on a date with a guy, bless his heart. I actually met him in Austin. He's not even from Austin. It was actually so funny. I walked into a country bar. He stopped and he was like, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." I'm like, "You're drunk," but okay, whatever. So he got my social media. Anyways, he was in town. He's like, "Let me take you out." And I was like, "Okay." But here's the thing. I try really hard not to go out when I have my kids. It's my time. But he was in town, so I was like, okay, well, if I get a babysitter, what do you have in mind? What are we, And he goes, oh, I don't know. We'll see how where it takes us. I'm like, no, absolutely not. If I'm getting a babysitter, dude, you're taking me on a date or I'm not going. I'm from Vegas, baby. I don't need to walk around. Yeah. I don't need to see anything. So he's like, oh, okay, yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna get us a steakhouse. So I'm thinking, yeah, all right,
Texas
cool.
Roadhouse.
No, what?
Okay.
No. So, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I felt so bad. So he sends me the steakhouse that I've never heard of. Have you heard of Primal Steakhouse?
Where is that?
It's by UNLV. No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, period. Right. Maryland Parkway.
Yeah. But it has high reviews. So in his, he doesn't know. So I look it up and I'm like, oh shit. It's Game of Thrones style. But I just, no, but listen, but I thought he knew that. So I was like, whatever. I'm cool. He planned it. I'm down. I'm as long as you plan a fun date, I don't care. We walk in. It's full on dark medieval swords, things and candles are burning. But he walks in and he's like, he goes, I fucked up.
See, I would have said, I'm not dressed for this.
Yeah. So I was like, no. I was like, I thought you knew. And he's like, I absolutely did not know this.
That's incredible.
But I go, I'm the best date to go on something like this because now I'm giggling the whole time. I'm having
now
so much fun. Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh,
we I'm just not transported.
Yeah. I'm like, you pick the best girl because I'm giggling.
Say less.
Say less, dude. Let's go into character. So the menu's on a wood board. I was dying laughing. And I was oh yeah, me and you are going. Yeah. So we took pictures. I was like, we have to take pictures with swords. So he had a helmet on. I took swords. Anyways, that was my medieval funny date. Bless hearts. He tried. It was hilarious. Wow. I was loving it.
I love that. I would love to go on a date to Tournament of Kings at the Excalibur.
Oh,
because what better place to fall in love than the basement of the Excalibur while eating chicken with your hands?
Right. And if you guys haven't experienced that, you should.
You must.
You must.
While cheering for Romania.
So is New York better at dating? I would think it's better dating than Vegas.
Yes. So one of the things was I was going on Tinder and Tinder was, I'm going to go on dates with you. Grindr, we're going to get crazy. But Tinder was like, I'm going to go on a date.
Tinder is dating. Grindr is
And Tinder, I had 1,000 matches. Literally 1,000 matches within probably less than a year.
But are they good quality matches or no?
Yeah. So
it has to be New York because there's just so many people.
There's so many people. Because I would come home to visit and get no matches. And I'm bitches, Vegas, I'm getting swept up
in New York.
But in Vegas, they're I don't know about that. I'm you can go be in Maryland Parkway at Primal Steakhouse.
With a sword.
I'm in New York.
Yeah. No, dating has to be better there. Everyone shits on the city that they're in. They say dating. And I genuinely do think dating is horrible everywhere. Yeah. And I have a theory. I think social media has ruined dating. Yeah. It's a false illusion of options.
Yeah. Well, no, I had all the options. I literally did. And I went on a lot of dates. I was the one who was we messaged maybe 4 times that day. And I was okay,
you did it.
Let's plan a date. But yes.
I love that you did that because that's the thing. I kind of have to wait. I'm I don't want to be your pen pal. Freaking ask me on a date or let's not do it. You were yeah.
Message. I was
let's do it. Let's meet up.
Things to do. But I was saying earlier that, in New York, it's much easier. People are much more likely to just go on a sporadic date.
Okay.
Because you're constantly traveling anyway. So I already took the train to get to work today. On my way home, I'm just going to go to the dinner date.
How fun.
On a Wednesday night.
Right.
Because I'm already on my way home. I can stop anywhere in the city.
Yeah.
Here, everyone's like, that's a work night. That's a school night. Let's meet on a Friday night. And then it's like, you might have to wait several days. And then you like think about it. You postpone. You cancel.
Right.
You pre-ghost.
Yeah.
In New York, it was like, hey, I want to get dinner. Okay, this is what's happening. Wednesday night, we're going to some kind of dinner.
Perfect.
Of course, I'm not going to dinner, but...
Okay, and you're anti-dinner date now.
I'm anti-dinner date.
I think this is smart.
Well, so my vegan restaurant I would pick by Chloe, rest in peace. It was.
Is it not? Is it not there
it's
anymore?
Not there anymore.
Oh,
but
damn.
It was a vegan restaurant. But it was like a to-go vegan restaurant.
Okay.
So it wasn't sit down. I did not have to sit down.
So what would you do? You'd get food and then like go.
We'd get food and we'd eat like quickly. Like it was like a Panera kind of situation.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But the one I usually went to is in Rockefeller Center.
Okay.
So there would be the lights.
Yeah.
There would be the front. There would be a Christmas tree or two.
You set the tone. You set the vibe.
And then I would just totally nerd out in some kind of beautiful experience that I set up for them. Yeah. Like when I went to the Natural History Museum and I said, did you know Night of the Museum it took place right here? And we looked at the elephants and saw the real scale of how big they are. Absolutely just glazed over. No interest. I wonder what he was thinking. And I just was like, this has been fun.
This has been fun. Yeah.
The amount of times it was just nice seeing you. Peace out. And then they just faded into the distance.
Goodbye.
But the kisses, you know what? It was, one of your other episodes, you talked about kisses on the first date.
Okay. Talk to me. I don't want to kiss on the first date.
I don't want to kiss on the first date.
Don't kiss me on the first date.
Me being main character energy, have
me
just
too, baby,
so many,
though.
I know. That's why we get along so well. But it's so many times that I went through that. Oh, goodbye. And I hug and then kiss on my cheek.
Shut up.
Because I just had no concept that was what was going to happen. I don't know why I didn't think that's what was going to happen, but just he was like, whoa. And I was like, sorry, I didn't know you were going to kiss me. And so that happened. Did not get a second date.
After that. No. Because it's awkward. So, okay, I don't know. Like, I guess it's a vibe check, but here's the thing. Me and you are so fun and bubbly and outgoing that people think we're vibing, but it's actually just my personality.
Oh, I'm vibing. I fall in love with everyone.
Oh, you fall in love with everyone?
Oh,
I
everyone.
love that.
When I was a wedding planner, every groom. Hey.
You're like, hey, did you ever like, hey, like wink if you want to get out?
No, I was like, don't ever leave her. Fall in love. I love love.
Me and Kurtis love. I refuse to be jaded. I refuse to be jaded.
My life is a romance movie.
Absolutely, rom-com. Mine's more of a rom-com, but
mine's a rom-com because it's quite funny and there's constant character development.
Well, here's the thing:
learning my lessons.
Ew, I hate that.
The hard way.
The hard way. Yay. Me and you are literally the exact same person in like male form and a gay version of me, and I'm obsessed with it.
And it's just...
No, so the way I talk to myself, because the characters are so bad, like so outrageous, that I'm like, well, if it's a rom-com, it can't be boring. The characters cannot be boring.
That's exactly. Like, and then that's how when we were at the fair.
Oh, me and Kurtis went to the fair.
County Fairchella. And
we called it Coachella. I brought my kids, told them it was Coachella. It was Coachella weekend, but...
And it was quite fun. We saw live pigs, pig race, Harry Trotter won.
We were the only ones dressed for Coachella, though. It was a very, very like redneck, conservative,
country, plaid wearing, boots stomping.
But a BYU hat thrown in there.
Ready. We were ready to rock. And then I sat there and I thought, this is just such a romantic place. And I could find love here. And Jen says, you need a Hail Mary. You need to invite someone here.
Yes.
And I was like, so we messaged this guy who I just have so much imaginary beef with, so much imaginary beef. And so I messaged him in his flood of DMs that he probably never even opened. And I let Jen write.
I wrote, for sure.
Hey, I have a ticket to the county fair and you really should come with me tomorrow. We could go on a romantic, Ferris wheel ride and ruin each other's lives. So
that's what I wrote. But that's what I wrote. I said, do you want to go on a Ferris wheel ride to the county fair with me and ruin each other's lives?
Let me know.
He didn't respond, but here's the thing. He is a little bit famous on some social media channels. So
so he has too many DMs to even know.
I genuinely don't think he got the DM.
Yeah, but you know what? That's his loss because
absolutely.
Like it would have been a magical episode in our rom-com together.
Who do you think's watching our rom-com? Because it's very entertaining. Like the angels and God. Because who's?
Oh, he's putting me through many episodes. I'm just waiting for that finale to wrap this up.
But I want like a happy...
I need the finale to season 1. Let's get started on season 2.
Oh, you're on season 2? I feel like I'm on season 5, baby.
I know, you are.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Many chapters in life. Box set. That's what I say.
Right. But we are lovers. We believe in love. I refuse to be jaded. But here's the thing, like, dating is so okay. And again, we talked about this. I'm done dating. Well, at the beginning of the year, I said I was going to be a reformed cougar.
That's over. We're over that.
That literally lasted a month. I'm never doing that again.
That was a character arc, and now she's back.
I'm back. Do I need to announce? Do I need to announce?
It's official.
I'm no longer a reformed cougar. I refuse.
Back to what was it?
Cougering.
No, you're mentoring the youth of our future.
I just said, listen, God forbid a girl wants to mentor the youth.
Give back.
Or diversify her portfolio and invest in the next generation.
Exactly. Oh, I love that.
High risk assets with abs.
She just needs a protege.
Hello?
A paternal protege.
A paternal? Wait.
Oh, beautiful. No, that didn't work out.
It didn't work out. That's okay. Anyway. So anyways, dating is really hard. You go through you have to weed through so much. Yeah. And we're looking for like a needle in a haystack, like our person, right? So you do have to go through a lot. This is the problem I find with older people, closer to my age and older. If they've been single for too long, and I never judge, like people are like, oh, that's a red flag. I genuinely don't judge because I have a weird story. Like, you know what I mean? But if you've been single for so long and you have I've only been at this like 3 years. Damn, it's hard, dude. Like you go through crazy stuff, rejection. I mean, obviously rejection's redirection, it's protection, whatever, but you go through so much. And then it's like, if you've been single for so long, that many years, like you are done, you're jaded. And I've just found that the older dudes, like they just are jaded and they don't have that like childlike wonder. Like I refuse to let dating jade me. Yeah. Like I refuse. I'm just still like a lover girl. I believe in it. I love love. I know that it's out there.
Well, mine is I have to just always love myself.
Yes.
First and foremost.
Well, you have to go inside. Yeah.
Because it's like the more I focus on being alone, like single, not alone, but single, the more I could get in my head.
Right.
But if I'm like, I'm so fun. That's why I never say lonely or alone. Okay. I'm just single because I fill my life with events and fun and joy and family and friends. Yeah. And so I'm never feeling lonely particularly.
Yes.
I just am single and I would love to have a partner
to enjoy those things with.
Life with.
And that's exactly how it should be.
And share things and all of that. But definitely, but I also am I love love.
So do I and we're meant for connection. Yes. Yeah.
But I know a guy who, my family's friend, that he is like the third wheel always. And he was single and we were constantly talking shit. And we're like, when are you going to get a girl? When are you going to get a girl? And he would date and date and date. And we're like, oh my God, another one. And I was like, maybe it's my turn.
Yeah.
Maybe tag me in, coach. But then he did not give up. He did not give up.
And did it work?
Finally, this girl came along and now they're engaged.
Shut up,
and love is real.
Love is real. Love is real.
Like Cupid's real. And yeah. So now we're all like so happy. But I was the one who sat and said, when I was analyzing the situation and how he could be more successful. And I thought, well, one of the things is at his age that he was single for so long that as an adult male, you get so set in your ways, into your habits and your beliefs that you don't want to compromise. You don't want to change, adjust your life, adjust your schedule, especially like if it's a single mom. Oh, now I have to factor in your kids into my lifestyle. So they become even more jaded because they're like, how am I getting rejected? And it's like, how much are you pushing away by refusing to bend, by refusing to compromise?
Well, I think that's a good point. Like, I think to not be so rigid, like have your standards, right? Yeah. Have your standards, but maybe not be so rigid on how you think it'll look. Like, I don't want to, like all, whatever.
Also, like young couples, like young people are growing together.
Right.
Which is also terrible when you break up later. That
100%.
You really formed a lot together. But
take it from a vet.
The point is that you are spending so much time when you're younger, like learning your habits, like learning your ways. Then as you get older and you're either newly single or have been single for so long, you're not in that growth stage anymore. No. You're not in that like pliable, like this girl's going to teach me this habit.
Right.
Like, this is what I'm going to start doing. And then you kind of move from there.
Right.
Guys that are trying to date now at like a later age, they're like, okay, how does this apply to my life now? Instead of that open mind of like, okay, how can she help me with this? How can I? It's more like, what do I get from this? Is this worth me giving up this? And it's just this. It's very jaded because it's so rigid. But it's also about discomfort and vulnerability.
Yeah.
And that's just very scary for people.
It is.
So.
I am going to do an episode after this on, I want to call it single is the stage and not the waiting room. Because what pisses me off is people are like, why are you single? You're too cute to be single, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hold on. like saying that single is bad.
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to sit with myself and enjoy my life and wait for someone that's worthy of that. Yeah. And that's like weird or something. You know what I mean? It's not, it's a stage that is sacred, like truly.
No, I'm always a single friend. All my friend, I don't even call myself the third wheel, because when I'm with a couple, I am just not even a wheel. I'm the driver. I'm the driver. But I'm always the odd man out, and no one even thinks about me being single. I'm the entertainer.
Yeah, no,
I'm on the stage.
You are. Me and you were entertaining.
But I am. I'm the fun.
The masses,
and it's because I love my friends, and my time with friends is a core value of mine.
I love it.
It's family time, friend time. And so getting a partner, I almost say all the time, make the joke, how are they going to fit in here?
Right. You're like, there's no.
They better be as into my family and my friends as I am. Right. Because we're going to be spending time out of the house.
Absolutely.
We're going to be doing stuff.
We're going to be outside.
But I'm like, and then the dynamic has to be ready.
Yeah.
Like, you better keep up.
Yeah.
Episode 10. No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, we're living in rom-coms. Okay. So give me a crazy dating story.
Let's see. Probably.
We've both kind of dated different cultures. Like you had a Russian boyfriend.
Oh.
I dated an Israeli.
I had a Russian boyfriend.
British.
Everyone knows in my entire life, everyone knows the Russian. He definitely will not watch this though. So I'm not worried about that. He's not, because he's so Russian. He only listens to a third-party radio app that plays European radio stations. And he was trying so hard to communicate with me in regards to music. And I said, please, can we stop listening to Doja Cat? And he goes, yes, let me put on your music. And then he goes to a Swedish radio station that only plays American country music.
Stop.
And I said, well, you're speaking my language. And guess what starts playing? Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood. And I said, that's when I had to resist marrying him, because that was not his choice.
Okay.
That was Sweden's choice.
Wow.
But the country of Sweden helped me that day. But yes, that just shows you the layers of how I am listening to Carrie straight from the tap. Yeah. And he's over here listening to some... He lives in America.
Yeah. Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
He's going like 20 extra steps just to get...
But then I brought him here to Vegas, and I said, let me show you America. And we went to a Mexican restaurant, and I ordered ranch. And he goes, I've never had ranch. And I said, you've lived here 12 years?
What?
And he goes, why are you ordering ranch at the Mexican restaurant?
Oh my God. I mean, he does kind of have a point.
He absolutely has a point.
Why did you order ranch at a Mexican restaurant?
Because ranch is a core
value. I get it. It's fine.
If we're talking about core values, ranch is a core value.
Okay.
And, he loves me so much. Yeah. I was ready to learn Russian. I really was. But where I drew the line was when I was trying to watch Star Wars, and he was just not having it.
Yeah.
When I tried to talk to him about Princess Peach,
and
he did not understand. And I said, you know what? You grew up in the USSR, and I grew up in Henderson,
Nevada.
And it's just not meant to be.
This is too much. The cultures were too much.
How are we going to use the deal of 2 for 1 at the Boot Barn? I just can't. It wasn't meant to be.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, culturally different.
Very culturally different. Yeah, I dated an Israeli. It went fine, but we didn't date super, super long. And he's the one that told me my podcast was boring as fuck. Favorite quote. But I thought wow, I'm just such a sensitive girl that could you imagine if he was mad at me?
Oh, I literally have a video because my Russian boyfriend, I was getting fat. I was getting fat as I was dating him. I was starting to stop being vegan.
Okay.
And so my body said, hot steak. And so he was feeding me steak and 3-course meals. So I was fattening up. And he said, oh, I don't care at all what you look like. And I was like, cool, I do. I need to fit in my clothes. And I have a video of him saying, I was like, ugh, I look like a pig. I'm just fat. And he goes, with cute face.
With cute face.
I said, what does that have to do with my belly?
But you dated a guy too that was into heavier dudes, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Some people have their preferences, as we will call it. I call it a kink. But It's quite an interesting situation for the gay men, the gays, as they say.
The gays.
Where a lot of people's values or currency in their lives are their physique and the way they look. So it's very interesting as far as your self-worth.
Right.
Now take a heavy male in a chiseled gay world who just feels terrible.
Okay.
And make someone who's very chiseled and hot be like, I actually think that's the most attractive thing about you. And it is like such a mind fuck of like, wow, I look in the mirror and I hate myself. But this guy's like, you're actually the hottest thing in this entire world. Wow. It is like the ultimate form of love bombing.
Wow. Okay.
Ultimate. Then I go into a relationship where it's totally open. There's hundreds of guys.
Ugh.
And I go, God, this is too much body hair. No.
Yeah.
But then I was just in the conundrum of he's breaking my heart repeatedly. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do revenge bod. I'm going to we're going to break up and I'm going to do a fucking revenge bod and I'm going to sign up to a $10 a month gym and kick my ass and look hot. And one of my coworkers says, Kurtis, it's not a revenge bod if as you get skinny, he thinks you're less attractive. And I was like,
damn it.
Oh my God, I'm going to do this for my fucking self?
Ew.
To be healthy?
I hate that for you.
No, I was pretty pissed because I was like, that is so right. I would not be making him jealous by getting skinny.
Yeah.
So I said, do I start eating more? Is it chocolate season?
It's chocolate season, baby.
No, I cut it off.
So what did you do? You cut it off.
I cut it off and I grew as a person. And I've accepted just being single.
Single. Yeah, I love it.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
We grow, we learn, and we do not make that mistake again.
We don't make that mistake again. That's actually really hilarious.
It was like I said, main character energy, way too many character development episodes in that one.
Yeah.
I wanted a filler episode.
Yeah.
I wanted like something that wasn't so damaging to me every day, but
yeah, so do we what do we do? I need a break, I need a break from the chaos.
I mean,
do we need to go on a commercial break?
My thing is, people they'll say, oh, why are you single? And I always say, because there's at no time where I'm putting myself in a situation where I would find a mate. I don't go to the gay clubs. I don't go to the gay bars. And unfortunately, I am the token gay friend of all my friends.
Yeah.
So someone else will have to find a random gay in the wild who says, do you have a gay friend? And all my friends will say, oh, I have this one guy. He's kind of gay. And then that's when I'm thrown into the situation. But damn, do I not have any gay guys at Parkway who are chilling with me and all my guy friends. And they're like, that guy.
But you go outside. Like, you are the king of doing fun stuff.
Shit.
Like, that's all you have to do, genuinely. Like, I'm not on the dating apps. Like, you just go outside.
But I don't think I carry myself where I'm like, approach me. Instead, I'm just so enthralled with my friends, family, and the love of life. I'm just looking at the birds in the sky and the sun shining and thinking, how do I make this day fun and energetic?
I love you.
And love, I guess, will find me one day.
It will. It will. It will.
That's how it happens in all the movies. I'm perpetually the gay friend giving all the advice.
Yeah.
Or the third wheel, I guess. I'm comedic relief. That's not
the main. We are comedic relief. Yeah,
We love that.
Do you have trauma? Because I think that's why I'm so funny.
That is all I have.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's all my material.
I love it. Let's talk about how I'm like severely delusional about my age. And so it's been extremely hard to date because, okay, so there's this one guy, I had a whirlwind romance. We're just going to not even talk. It was crazy. Me and him were like fighting at the fair, Coachella.
They may have been
on the phone,
but it's okay. I have stepdad energy, and so
Curtis is like, we're done talking to that man. You're done. What'd you tell me? You're like, you're literally Jen Croshaw. Like, why? I'm like, I know.
When I saw you,
what is this dude bringing to the table?
Yeah, she's stunning.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Anyways, but like, so he was in his mid 30s, which is great. That's more appropriate. Still like him a little younger, but whatever. Anyways. I kept saying, so I ended up going on a weekend trip with him and I kept saying slay, which I'm actually really embarrassed by, but I kept saying slay and he goes, you're saying slay a lot. And I was like, and I just realized that then and there, like, this isn't going to work. You're too old for me.
I know. I say period way too much.
Period. It's fine.
No.
100%. I say 100%.
Honeyed. No, listen. You do.
I do, and it's so embarrassing.
I listen to these episodes religiously.
I'm so sorry.
And the way I hear all the things she says.
I need to work on my vocabulary, 100%.
Yeah. But then I listen to the episodes at home and I'm like, 100%. 100%.
Should we make a drinking game? Yeah.
I will. Ooh, I'll film myself at home.
What about you said the gays have second date? I don't understand what that is. Second date ghost.
Well, when I was in New York, I was a hookup. I was a sleut.
A sleut? Okay.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
what I'm going to say.
Okay.
However, when I dated, I was beautiful and wonderful and genuine.
Yeah, and you planned the most epic, amazing dates.
But I think, one thing was I was already, maybe that's why, I was set up to, I don't text. So I'm like,
what do you mean you don't text?
The next thing is what's the next date? Not.
So you don't text and plan it at the first date. You're like, let's plan the second.
No, we talk. Yeah. And then after we leave, I'm like, okay, bye. And then we go home and I'll be like, hey, that was really great, blah, blah, blah. Typically, I would talk a little bit. Then I would say, okay, what's the next date? Where could we go? What day? Ghost.
Yeah.
So I was always like, the gay second date is to just be ghosted. But other guys that I'd go on dates with would say this. Ugh. And we were aware of it. And that always second date, you ghost. That's did you get to a second date? Yeah, he ghosted me. Oh, perfect. And so it was just never. And
how do you feel about ghosting?
I appreciate more if there's like I told you, quite a few of my dates had hard stops.
Yeah, which is you were on the date and you're like, absolutely not. So this is not going anywhere. Yeah, both you guys knew that.
We'd wrap it up and then it'd be like,
thank you so much.
Good seeing you. The one though, we walked off in the distance. I don't think we even hugged goodbye.
It just wasn't working.
I was like, it was the most beautiful segue. We were at Union Square in Christmas time. There was a Christmas village. We just finished our little Italian dinner.
Yes.
And I was half asleep the whole time. And
only because you were tired, or was he boring you?
No,
yeah, you were working hard.
He was a little boring, so I was boring. And I feel like if people saw me tired, though, they'd be like, "Yeah, he is not all here," because I'm high energy a lot of the time.
So me too. Yeah. And then I hit a wall, and I'm like,
I was
giving
tired. It nothing. Yeah. So we leave this beautiful dinner. We go to the little village, and he's like, "Good seeing you," and I'm like, "You too."
You do. Bye.
No kiss, no hug. Just walk off to our trains and.
Okay, go back to we need to go back to first kiss on the first date. Yay or nay?
Definitely.
I would say
I feel like nay.
Yeah, me too.
I don't, because to me there was never a situation where that was needed. Right. I had a whirlwind beautiful date one time where it was long date. We went to drinks. We went out to eat. Then we went to drinks again, and it was this long drawn out Brooklyn night.
That's fun.
So. Wrapping up, we give a kiss, we go to our trains. Yeah. But that one was almost
3 dates.
Of course, it was some kind of romance movie. Of course. The soundtrack of the night.
Shut up.
The different themed bars. Oh, it was beautiful.
Wow.
It was like a astrology themed bar.
Stop.
So it's all neon inside and everything was astrology.
Oh my gosh. Themed. Wait, what?
Yeah. And he and I vibed over Casey Musgraves and Christian music.
Stop. Christian music?
Possibly. Point is, we got a little tipsy.
Okay.
And then we go, there's a Venezuelan place down the street. We go to the Venezuelan place. We're in the line.
If you're wanting to keep the date going, you're vibing.
Period.
Yeah. So that's
But it kept going and kept going, and we had more food and we had more drinks, and I was like, I love this man.
Yeah.
And his name was Gary.
Ooh, Gary.
No.
That
was the hardest sell for all my friends.
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, the name really.
That was hard, but. Yeah, that was, and we kissed at the end because it was this beautiful, at that point, I'm in love. I'm ready to get married.
Right.
And then I'm after I was like, hey, another date. And he was just like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, when?
Yeah.
Ghosted. By a Gary.
Ghosted by a Gary, dude? God, that's crazy. GG. Yeah, the whole first date kiss, I mean, obviously, I would say the majority, I like the idea of just let me go slow. I'm just trying to get to know you, see if the energy's there. Then let's kiss on the second date. I just don't, and I also don't like the pressure of being oh, you paid for my meal, so I owe you something.
No, that's exactly, see,
I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah.
Us gays, it's always up in the air who the hell's doing what.
Right, exactly. But
yeah. For the guy and the girl,
It just makes me feel weird. So
how are you getting dropped off though? That's my thing. In New York, it's like, bye, I'm going to the train. I'm crossing the street.
I always will drive. Like the first date, like
so unless I know them. Lot?
Yeah, it's so awkward.
No. Ew. You're kissing in parking lots?
No, I've kissed everywhere. What?
Well, I know you have. Miss Makeout.
I know.
I'll never get over the bar story.
What bar story?
Is he looking at us?
Wait, what?
The guy who was looking at you, and the guy, he's like, do you need to pretend like you're...
Oh, that's the Israeli.
Yeah, changed my life. Him. That story.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, if you guys... Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, real quick. Israeli guy, met him out. I had seen a guy that I had gone on a date with that acted too cool for me, so I was kind of embarrassed. Like, I was like, ew, weird. So I meet this guy and like we walk over to get a drink and I was just like, oh my gosh, hey, I literally just met you like 5 minutes ago. Will you just pretend to be all over me just in front of this guy? And he goes, is he looking? And I was like, I don't know. And he just grabs my face. I just meant like put your arm around me, dude. Like just make me look cool. No, and he like went for it. And that was cool. I like that. That was good.
I can't imagine. I just went to a dinner. We're going to our separate cars.
Yeah.
And that's when you have your goodbye kiss?
Well, if it's the first date, second, no. So that's why don't kiss me on the first date, nah. And then
what's the romance in that?
Exactly.
Oh, I just paid this check with tap to pay.
Ew.
Now we're walking out. There's the empty handicap spot. This is a perfect time to kiss.
Ew, right?
No.
God,
that's
nasty. So yeah. I mean, I would say the majority don't kiss me on the first date. There's obviously exceptions to the rule, but it's just
like you're at Parkway, you're both like leaning up against the pool table. And you're like, it's time. And then you just tongues.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Am I romantic?
I love it. Yes. I've been trying to like have a meet cute at Trader Joe's.
I don't know. Trader Joe's. Okay. Yes. Maybe someone that's in Trader Joe's, but you know how much the Trader Joe's employees are just in love with you. Don't fall for that.
Oh, stop.
Hold on. Don't fall for that.
Holy shit, we need to discuss this. Okay, this whole time, I thought the Trader Joe's employees were really into me and flirting with me. No,
that's their thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
They flirt with everyone. Yep. Ew.
The biggest crush I ever have, well, not name names, but I constantly message him that I'm going to find him at his Trader Joe's where he lives in Oregon. And he goes, Kurtis, I hate to break this to you. I work at Whole Foods. And I said, so our love could be real?
Yes. Wait, why do Trader Joe's employees do us dirty like that?
See, I only had New York Trader Joe's, which is like the lifeblood of the city.
Okay.
The line at New York Trader Joe's goes through the store.
Yeah.
There are people that are hired to hold a sign that says line starts here.
Stop.
Yeah, you shop. If you're in New York at a Trader Joe's, you get in line and shop as you wait in line.
Wow.
That's literally your entire shopping experience. So anyway, they don't have time to flirt.
Okay.
You go to one in
here,
downtown Summerlin, they're making love to you.
Dude, I'm like
the bagless.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
No.
Like I love that. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, meet cute at Trader Joe's. How do you know it's real?
Yeah.
Meet cute at Red Robin.
Ooh, Red Robin. Those fries slap.
Exactly. If you walk up to me at Red Robin.
But do we really want a man in Red Robin that chose to go there of all places?
Yeah, because I'll have him. Order up. No,
I love it.
I get it.
All right, going back to ghosting, it just makes you feel shitty about yourself and question your worth. And I just think it's just such a rude. That's why I try to never ghost, even though people are like, just whatever, because I don't want to be treated like that.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'm like, I know my worth, but it still doesn't feel good.
I mean, but I have this beautiful, just love to hate relationship with ghosting because gays, we love ghosting. And
I think everyone loves ghosting though.
I just, the block feature on the gay apps, it's like, you just got a dick pic and you're like, wait, I'm not into that. Block.
Yeah. Block.
I hooked up with a guy and I was like, you know what? I was not into that. I blocked him. Forgot that we had texted. So he texted me, wow, you blocked me. I blocked.
Block away.
I was like, ooh, that was awkward.
Heavy
he was
on that
calling
block.
me out. Yeah.
Heavy on that block.
He's like, you should have blocked my number. I was like, oh my God.
Dude.
It's like coming from the dead. That was his ghost.
Wait, talk about what's the thing about, like, what did that pickup line of like, that worked? Was it yours or someone that did about ghosting?
Oh, no, it was mine. Yes. Okay. So, he was so cute. He was so cute. It was when I got on Hinge and I had made a match.
Okay.
And it had been like a couple months and it was October and I did my 30 dates in 30 days.
He also did 30 dates in 30 days, which is absolutely incredible.
It was pretty insane, and quite expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
But we love. No price too big, I guess. Except my heart. No.
Except my heart.
So was getting margaritas after work, as you do, Sex and the City wise. And my friends are like, let's see. And he's so cute. And I had messaged him. So it was like a day before Halloween, probably. And my friend takes my phone and goes, "Boo, did I scare you?"
Boo, did I scare you? That's so funny.
And he responded right away.
Yeah, if you're gonna come up with something clever, I'll probably engage.
And we absolutely went on a date later on, but total flop. Because I just love art too much. Is that a crime? Is it a crime to love? You've been
finding a lot of duds that don't love culture.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It weeds them out, though. It's fine.
It weeds them out, and then I'm just the only flower standing, like the weeds in Jen's backyard right now.
Oh, yeah. Actually, why don't you talk? First of all, this man roasts me for the weeds in my backyard and my fridge. We're just going to end with this on Dixon Diet Cokes.
Yeah, perfect.
Talk to me. Yeah.
So I'm a little critical. Maybe that's what keeps me single and humble. But I'd been at Jen's house before, and I went in the fridge because I'm a snack girly.
Yeah.
And it was empty. And I said, what kind of mom has an empty fridge? You need to have salsas and relishes that are like 3 years old in your fridge, not a beautifully pristine fridge.
Like with like no food,
no snacks, Babel cheeses.
Babybel cheeses.
I think they were like light versions too.
Oh, for sure.
So anyway,
I have both though, the light and the full fat.
So this time I'm coming and I literally stopped to get snacks because I'm like, there's no way they're at her house. I'm about to go into the house. I almost took my phone on record to like do an expose. Roast the shit out of me. An expose as I walk in. This is an expose on Jen Croshaw's fridge. How does she not have any snacks? So I tell her I was going to do it. Her fridge is full.
I went grocery shopping.
She showed me.
Here's the thing. On the weeks I don't have my kids. Well, first of all, you act like my kids would even eat salsa. Are you serious?
That's true.
They literally eat burritos, bean and cheese, chicken nuggets, and maybe pita bread and hummus.
Okay, to be fair, probably the only thing you needed to add what you did was that Hayden Valley Ranch. In that fridge. Don't think I didn't clock that Hayden Valley.
It's old.
It's okay because that's all I needed. That's
what you need, validation. All right.
That's my love language. Core value ranch.
Okay. Oh, core value ranch. Oh yeah, for sure. That's a core. Like I didn't consider it a core value, but it is.
Yeah, it is.
And I have weeds in my backyard, so sue me. I don't know. I'm a busy gal, and I need a man.
That's right. Yeah.
Honestly.
So we're looking for landscapers.
Yeah. No, that's my latest venture. Like, would anyone like to landscape my backyard?
Yeah. Oh.
That could.
Okay.
No. Wait.
The weeds are in the front yard. The weeds are in the front yard. And there you have it.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on Dixon Diet Cokes. Love you.
Yeah,
Cheers, baby.